everyone. So today I will present about cognitive learning theory and information processing theory. But before that, I will introduce myself first. So my name is Muhammad Hanafi Dwi Fitrianto. You can call me Hanafi. And my last 3-digit ID number is 022. So the cognitive learning theory and information processing theory is two important perspectives that explain how human learns, think, and process information. Understanding this theory is essential because they help us design more effective learning strategies both in classroom or in daily life. First, we discuss about the cognitive learning theory. So, cognitive learning theory explains that learning is not just about observable behavior, but more importantly, it is an active mental process that occurs inside the human mind. This means that when students learn, they are not simply memorizing informations. Instead, they are thinking actively, connecting new knowledge with prior knowledge, and recognizing their understanding. There are several key principles in this theory, like learning theory involves active thinking, knowledge must be meaningfully connected, learning results in change in the thinking structures. And several important figures contribute to this theory, such as Jean Piaget, who explained stage of cognitive development, and then David Ausubel, who emphasized meaningful learnings, and Jerome Barner, who introduced discovery learning, and last, Lev Vygotsky, who highlighted social interactions and introduced the concept of zone of proximal development. These experts show that learning is not isolated, but influenced by both internal thinking and social interaction. Next, we move to information process theory. This theory compares the human brain to a computer systems. It explains how information is received, processed, stored, and retrieved. The learning process can be divided into 4 main stages. First, sensory memory. Information enters through our sense, such as sight or hearing. And second, working memory. Information is processed actively, but capacity is limited. The third is long-term memory. Information that is well understood is stored permanently. And then retrieval. Learning is shown when we can recall and use information. And then key contributors include Actician and Shiffrin, who developed the multi-store memory model, and George Miller, who explained memory limitations and introduced the concept of chunking. This theory highlights that attention and memory are central to learning. And we move to the learning process integrations. So if we combine both theories, we can see that learning is a structured process, like information flow from input to processing to storage and finally to retrieval. However, learning becomes effective only when students pay attention, information is processed meaningfully, and knowledge is connected to prior understanding. So, learning is not passive, it requires active engagement. Now, let's look at how this theory are applied in real learning situations. Some effective strategies include like concept mapping. It helps students visualize relationship between ideas. The second is scaffolding. It means the teacher provides support and gradually reduce it. The third is reflection questions. Encourage students to explain their thinking and then work at examples like provide step-by-step problem-solving guidance. And last, rhetorical practice, such as quizzes or discussions to strengthen memory. This strategy shows that effective learning requires both mental processing and structured guidance. So we've now reached the final part of my presentations, and in conclusions, cognitive learning theory emphasizes that learning is an active mental process, while information processing theory it explains how information flow and is managed in the brain. Both theories highlight the importance of active thinking, meaningful learning, and effective memory use. By applying these principles, educators can create more effective and engaging learning experience. Thank you guys for your attention. I hope you understand what I'm saying and get the points, and we can implement in our life. So, thank you and see you in the next time.